Hi everyone, welcome back to Areej Le Doré channel. Today's episode is both continuation of the previous video about patchouli from way back on March 2nd, in which I only briefly touched upon your requests to tell about new distillation methods, blending techniques, and other exciting news. At the same time, today I will present a new fragrance, an amazing fragrance. My apologies for the long break between these two videos. During that time, many significant events took place for our companies, and we needed time to organize everything before continuing. Of course, I will share them later. So now I will share what I didn't have chance to share about patchouli. I will continue the story with a new perfume called NEPALESE Patchouli. In the first video, I didn't mention the origin of this specific oil. Yes, it's from Nepal, and it's not just regular patchouli from Nepal. A very specific and unique patchouli from Nepal. Firstly, a few words about Nepal. I simply must say them. This is a truly unique place on the planet, a sacred part of our world, a region with a specific ecosystem where mountains, jungle, soil, air, sun, everything is different. They are unlike anywhere else on Earth. Tropical jungles intertwine with the highest mountain systems covered in sparkling snow and ice. Places with pure nature untouched by industrial civilization. The atmosphere there is filled with the ringing, slightly cool air. Air comparable to crystal clear water from a mountain spring. Intoxicating, giving unprecedented surge of life energy with every breath, like an olfactory refreshment. This world was chosen as their home by many unique animals. The snow leopard, ibis, the Himalayan red panda, a very charming animal. The Himalayan monal, extremely beautiful bird with bright features. And many other wonderful and amazing animals have settled in this unusual land, in this unique place in our planet. And so the hero of this story, the royal patchouli, as I call it for myself, comes from these wonderful places. But that's not only the reason why it is so complex, diverse, and unique. Not every patchouli from Nepal is the same. The secret lies not only in geography, but in a very specific genotype of patchouli plant that we discovered, that's been transferred into the oil itself. And here is why. Most of the patchoulis are cultivated. It is also a practice in Nepal. Then once oil is extracted from cultivated patchouli, according to GCMS lab testing, it shows around 20 aroma molecules, not more than that. But getting to know this Nepalese oil was a moment that I will remember my whole life. It was like a real shock for me, as it is happening right now. Forgive my grand words, but I can't express it in any other way. When I smelt it, I remember just like now opening the bottle, testing dozens of different samples, then taking this patchouli bottle, this specific bottle, opening the cap, smelling the stick, and I literally froze. I simply could not believe it is patchouli. Once the smell hit my brain, it refused to accept this fact that I'm smelling patchouli. The scent I was experiencing immediately reminded me one of the most rare, the most precious agarwood oils in my collection, and I simply could not comprehend this. To my nose, the similarity was around 70 to 75%. It was astonishing experience. Immediately, to understand what is happening, I start to dig much deeper. We obtained GCMS test of this specific batch of patchouli oil. I also digged out GCMS test that I done in the past for this very rare agarwood oil. I did it before, thankfully, and then I start comparing the two. And my comparison blew my mind even more than the smell itself. It turns out that 45% of aroma molecules in both oils are identical. It's like this patchouli started to think that it is a noble oud or even something more extraordinary. 45% of aroma molecules were identical in this patchouli oil, comparing to one of the most rare vintage, probably sinking grade agarwood oil from Morocco, Indonesia, distilled from live trees more than 30 or 40 years ago. I simply could not believe what I was seeing. Here I wanted to make it very clear. My comparison between oud and patchouli is something abnormal. It's something that I shouldn't be really doing, because those two aromatics are completely different. It's like comparing, and their status obviously, it's like comparing a luxurious sport car with a yacht or a boat. They are simply from different categories. But I allowed myself to do this comparison because I couldn't fool my nose. What I was smelling, it wasn't patchouli. In our oil sample, there are over 100 aroma molecules. Obviously, some of these molecules are scentless and only a portion of those have aroma, but it shows us the diversity, the complexity, and mind-blowing uniqueness of this specific oil. And from these 100 molecules, 45% were identical to the ones found in the highest quality vintage sinking agarwood oil. And furthermore, at some point I even started to think that this patchouli oil is superior to the highest quality agarwood, one of the highest quality agarwood oil samples in my collection, because according to GCMS lab test, this agarwood oil has only 40 aroma molecules, whereas the patchouli has 100 plus, and that's 2.5 times more molecules than in agarwood oil, which obviously tells us that there are even more nuances and complexity within its scent. But the main thing is harmony of the aroma. One of the crazy things about this patchouli is that it's lacking the signature of patchouli. It's lacking the mintiness, it's lacking those herbal, grassy type of notes. And according to GCMS lab test, we've seen that those molecules responsible for this type of nuances are completely absent. Since then, my overall attitude and view of patchouli completely changed. I always loved patchouli. I used it in many of my fragrances, but it never been even in the top 10 of precious natural ingredients. Now I would say it is in the top 5 stable. So before me was this patchouli that thinks it's a noble oud or even something greater. When you smell this patchouli oil, the scent brings to mind the image of very high quality, vintage, fully sinking Iriani agar wood that is normally stored in leather cases covered in silk, or even bigger pieces of sinking agar wood, something like this. The scent of fossilized agarwood resin with a gentle florals, like a purple type of florals on top. This amazing smell of age and fossilized resin. A ghostly scent. The scent that you cannot confuse with anything else. And of course, we wanted to include the sample of this patchouli oil along with the perfume, as we done in the past with Taiwan oud, for example. So every one of you can experience this unique genotype of patchouli, this unique phenomena, anomaly. I had several kilos of this patchouli. I used it in the formulation of the fragrance, and then I remembered that I want to include samples. I ordered more. Then it's arrived. I opened the bottle, I smelled it. That's it. It was regular patchouli. No crazy fossilized agarwood resin, no smoothness, nothing. It was nice, but it was a regular patchouli. Then I ordered sample again, hoping to get the same lot. Then again, I received 3 or so different samples. None of them were the same. At this moment, I then realized that probably I will never see such patchouli ever again. So this patchouli is a true anomaly, and how it came to be, really hard to say. Probably some combination of extreme sun radiation, very cold temperature at night, a special wind or breeze or acid rain. I don't know. Alhamdulillah, thank to God Almighty, this patchouli is a true gem. Finishing the story of this marvelous ingredient, I'm coming to the point where it's directly linked to the story of the fragrance I created from it. And I will add that this perfume will be an individual release because this oil was so special and it came suddenly. In my experience, creating a fragrance, sometimes it happens that the ingredient itself inspires me. It's like I smell something and the ingredient itself dictates the formula, and it just happens naturally. That's how perfumes like Siberian Musk, Oud Taiwan, Svet de Nuit, Atlantic Ambergris were born. The focus was on to highlight this treasure. Just as a woman with a perfect skin, no need thick layers of makeup, this amazing patchouli needed a very delicate but a very noble type of a frame to highlight its status and greatness. Therefore, with the great care, I tried my best to select the finest ingredients worthy this beauty without overwhelming it, but also bringing the perception to absolute perfection. And this time, finally, together with all traditional French methods of blending, we finally applied our new technique, signature method, the special Areej method that we will continue using from now on. Briefly, it sounds like this. I started with creating a type of a soil for this fragrance. I selected various precious materials that in my view will perfectly highlight this ingredient. I blended them together, I tinctured them together, creating this sort of a foundation on which the whole fragrance will stand, breathe, and put roots deep into. So this base consists of Ethiopian civet, Siberian deer musk, black truffles, and orris root powder. All these four were combined co-tinctured together. The aging of this tincture is multi-layered and it takes several steps, and further is enhanced with ultrasound and vacuum infusion. So the elements not just mix and macerate, they grow into each other. This is wedlock, or as I call it, a perfect marriage on molecular level. A true union, when something new is born from this union. A truly perfect, balanced foundation. So this mixture was used as a complete carrier of the fragrance concentrate. This new unique innovation in blending of this base as a soil, as a foundation for my fragrance, delivered unmatchable results. Unmatchable harmony that is uplifting the entire fragrance, something that I couldn't really achieve in the past. That's why, to highlight its importance, I mentioned this very method in the note breakdown. Here you can see the filtration of NEPALESE Patchouli perfume. Look at the purple violet color of these bubbles. This color is special. It shows the scent profile of the perfume. It also proves by physics that the perfume is full of heavy aromatic molecules. Just like gasoline shines on the sun because it is also full of heavy molecules. In 10 years of making fragrances, I never seen such color. And the main formula consists of NEPALESE Patchouli, our unique rare genotype, as well as floral purple bouquet on top, just the same as this very unique nuance you experience when you smell a very high quality sinking agarwood. It's a purple type of a floral bouquet. I use some of the most rare, precious floral purple materials: blue lotus, lilac, and hyacinth. In the heart, of course, there's lots and lots and lots of this NEPALESE Patchouli. It is the main body of the fragrance. The smoothness, the powderiness is highlighted with lots of orris butter. Violet leaf adds to this purple floral bouquet on top, and plenty of different mosses creates this ancient woody type of velvety feel. First time I combined oak moss with pine moss and with cedar moss all together. And the base notes of this fragrance is this unique co-tincture that I mentioned earlier. Consists of Siberian deer musk, Ethiopian civet, black truffle, and orris root, all tinctured together and used as a complete carrier of this fragrance. But how it actually smells, you might ask me. Well, it's very hard to put in words something what cannot be really put into words. But let me try my best to describe how it makes me feel. My imagination paints an image of me entering a very old, vintage, luxurious car. This feeling when you're opening the doors and you greet it with the scent of aged woods, very fine aged leather, the scent of time, the scent of history, those polished old wooden panels, and a very smooth, worn, aged, purple type of leather interiors. The scent feels spiritual at the same time. Well, that's probably everything worth mentioning about this marvelous ingredient and about a new fragrance. We would love to remind those who are new to our house and the channel. Please pay attention to the date and the time when the pre-order will start. Our perfumes are limited based on rare natural ingredients that are used in it, and often they sold out quite fast. Thank you so much for watching, and let's have a look at the presentation of this fragrance.